Bioport is a design proposal for a transport typology based on the production of microalgae for a photosynthetic airport architecture. The current COVID-19 pandemic poses to be the ultimate test for many airlines. The phase of economic reconstruction could be a chance for aviation industry to pursue new strategies to address current issues such as sustainability and social responsibility, to focus on research of electric autonomous and modular sharing systems in the combination with smart rail and ground operators are as important as sustainable aviation fuel strategies. Cultivation of microalgae could be a highly potential solution, as it is possible with it to produce rapidly renewable, energy-rich biomass through photosynthesis that can be transformed to biofuel for present and new transport technologies. Urban development around Lisbon's airport Bordella makes an urgently needed expansion impossible. That's why a military airbase on Montijo Peninsula, southeast of Lisbon, was finally chosen as a site. It is surrounded by wetlands that are going to move constantly inland as a matter of sea level rise. In order to generate digital terrain informations from the military airbase, a future eroded terrain was simulated by multiple digital erosion processes. A possible sea level rise shows the areas that could be flooded in the future. These areas will be vertically modified and again digitally eroded in several steps. This creates a topological surface that shows a fusion between the future original terrain and a digitally generated artificial landscape that is expanding the Montijo Peninsula. In this area, a new spatial development plan can be read off, which corresponds to the natural topology of the terrain. With the help of a machine learning algorithm, the future landscape image is translated to illustrate two scenarios: a rural landscape of the Montijo area and the traditional urban character of the historic center of Lisbon. The synthetic landscape surface is generating the bioport structure that acts as an interface between land, water and air. Infrastructures and mobilities are brought together. The building is open for shipping, it's connected to the rail network and supports conventional aviation. The topography of the roof is forming landing zones that are part of a pocket port network for vertical takeoff and landing aircrafts. In order to provide this network of pocket ports, strategically important locations were analyzed and marked with flight zones. As a result of digital parameters, flight corridors appear which represent a 3D highway for urban air mobility. The roof takes over part of the energy production in form of biomass production and photovoltaics. To maximize the cultivation of microalgae in a closed pipe system, a system principle was followed that occurs in numerous forms of natural biological systems. A flexible and constantly changing self-contained pipe system runs over the entire roof of the structure by inverting its own material. It has the ability to move along the flow lines over the surface without sliding friction and adapt to the external conditions. This dynamic system is also able to expand on the water surface of the Tagus River according to a digital growing grid, making use of the otherwise unused wetlands. The harvested biomass is collected in the bioport refinery in the core of the airport building. There the oil is extracted from the algae and converted to raw gasoline. This process of fuel production is made visible to the resource-conscious traveler and explain the individual process steps. Bioport is a new definition of landscape that integrates and redescribes the functions of infrastructure within its logics. The project breaks down long-established rigid aviation systems by making visible a new layer of mobility in form of new technologies. A new social shift of principle, away from nowadays extreme mass consumption served up by low-cost airlines, towards a new sustainable, ecological and regional layer of air travel, with the powerful help of artificial and biological intelligence in a digital age.